All right, ladies and gentlemen, this video is all about standing out. We're going to talk about the best niche fragrance releases of 2025 so far, from January through June. It's August, of course, but I owe you this video, so stick around. The top 12 niche fragrance releases of the year so far are up next. Welcome back to another video. 𝗥_𝗿𝗏 here. If you do love to make a great and lasting impression, you already know that smelling good is a great way to do it. Of course, accessories you wear will also give you an edge, will make you stand out. Today I'm actually wearing these glasses here. They're quite stylish, from James Oro. I have to be quite honest with you, this is something that's new to me. It's called the Sky Master. So I wanted to try something different. I got these because I saw a few people wearing these glasses. They're actually very affordable for what you're getting. So I wanted to check these out. Extremely great quality, durability, and the styles are incredible. There's a lot of stuff to discover within James Oro, and the Sky Master is one that I really am enjoying right now. These are actually prescription, but I just wanted to share this with you today. If you guys are interested in checking more about James Oro, details will be down in the link in the description of the video, as always with everything we do here. So without any further ado, let's get into the top 12. It's actually top 12 choices because I had a hard time just doing 10. As we know, niche is where it's at. We're looking to find things that are really stand out, really above and beyond, tremendous quality. We know that niche is the way to go. So at the 12th spot, I'm gonna give you guys one that, again, it's not one of my favorite scent profiles, the floral, the fruities, especially the ambery florals, but this one here is going to be a very unique take on cherry. This is going to be from Fenty Aroma. It was previewed last year, but released officially in the beginning of 2025. And this is an extremely incredible cherry amber type scent, a very different take on cherry. The nose behind this fragrance is actually Chris Maurice, or Chris Carbonell, which is, as you guys know, one of the best noses of our time. He created over 90% of 𝗏𝗏𝗏's hits. And this is an extremely great fragrance. If you do love cherry, slightly gourmandish, but tons of fruits, tons of ambers, and some woods here, including the note of oud to make things interesting. So cherry, oud, ambery type scent. Really great at the 12th spot here that I want to highlight of one of the best releases of the year so far. Coming in at number 11, this is a fragrance from the house of Micallef, and this is going to be a limited edition. This is 1376 out of 2,000 bottles. I shared this with you guys earlier this year. This is Royal Blue. And basically, this is if Bleu de Chanel released an oud base Bleu de Chanel. Bleu de Chanel oud. I talked about this with you guys. It is an incredible blue scent, amazing sprayers. Oh, this is absolutely phenomenal. If you already like the blue, aromatic type lavender, green, cypress kind of a fragrance with woody notes in the backbone, you're gonna love this one here because it has all of that, but then it adds a really nice, dark, intricate, and mysterious touch of oud to the fragrance. So it's like I said, Bleu de Chanel goes oud. There's a lot of familiarity here. This is a very easy to wear scent, taking away that oud fragrance that makes things a little bit interesting and mysterious, if you will, with that dark facet. Everything else here in the fragrance is very appealing, very blue, very easy to wear, great for compliments. It's one that's definitely gonna make you stand out without being too daring, with the exception of that little oud and dark woods that will come to play here and there throughout the life of this fragrance. But a great fragrance to rock. I've been loving the wearing this fragrance, especially for the higher end situations, upper echelon meetings, and of course, dressier occasions. Amazing here from the house of Micallef. This is again Royal Blue. I believe it's going to be a limited edition of sorts. Again, this is only 2,000 made, and I believe once they're gone, they're gone. We're going to talk about one here at the 10th spot that to me was one of the best fragrance releases of the year when it comes to an all-around versatile scent that you don't have to think. Again, with this top release here, it's going to be the best releases of the year so far, niche, but this one here has a special place in my heart because it's going to be the most versatile on the list and perhaps the most compliment getting fragrance on this list. From the house of Unique Luxury, this is going to be Ocean de Rive. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want a blue scent that's citrus, aquatic, aromatic, this is absolutely stunning. There is a fruity, almost lactonic, but not quite lactonic, but there's a creamy sandalwood fruity undertone, undercurrent that follows this fragrance from beginning to end that's quite unique and very, particular to this fragrance, that it's absolutely amazing. Just like the lacquer blue that you see here in the bottle, this uniqueness, candied fruit that's semi-lactonic and creamy will surround this composition from beginning to end. Very fruity, very aromatic, tremendous citrus notes up top, easy to wear. One of the best citrus aromatic fragrances I put my nose on. If you love blue fragrances to begin with, you're going to absolutely fall in love with this. This is amazing. Compliment monster, long lasting, incredible sillage. At the 10th spot for a reason. This could be higher on the list, but because it's a blue scent, I'm putting it at the 10th spot, but this is a very unique take on blue for sure. Coming in at the 9th spot, ladies and gentlemen, if you do love a tropical scent, we all know that fruits are very in right now. Mangoes, passion fruit, you know, the fruity accords are very in right now, and this one here captures that accord to the T. From the house of 𝗥𝗍𝗄 Perfumes, this is tropical. Beautiful sprayer here. If you do enjoy Byredo's Pulp, which is a great ripened fruit kind of a fragrance, but it's kind of bitter though, this one here is going to be ripened fruits sitting on the basket on the sunlight. I think of a ton of fruits that I love here: banana, mangoes, pineapples, papayas. Mouth-watering, guys. Incredible the way it was. I believe 𝗕𝗏𝗿𝗏 was the nose behind this one here. I'm not too sure though, but all I can say is they capture the notes of fruits, ripened fruits that are tropical, sunny to the T. I wore quite a bit of this fragrance in the month of August, and I have to say, guys, this is one of the best releases of the year, period. If you do love fruity fragrances, guys, tropical fruity fragrances, the name's very fitting. This is a must try. As we approach the fall season, coming in at number 8, this is a fragrance that I absolutely fell in love with. This is going to be a tea-based scent. It's a tea party collection. This is sweet cinnamon and chai latte. So it's, of course, cinnamon chai latte coffee kind of a feel. Nice sprayer here, beautiful wooden cap, really nice collection, guys. This, you smell this, it puts you immediately in the fall mood. I smell this, I think about festivities, time with family and friends, drinking a hot latte, cinnamon, coffee, somewhat of a sweet lactonic, you know, undercurrent here again, slightly milky, sandalwood, creamy, just like the wood cap. Incredible, guys. If you do love a gorgeous cinnamon chai type of a fragrance that has sandalwood, spices, woody notes, this creamy, semi-gourmand undercurrent, you're gonna love this one. Absolutely fantastic for the cooler days coming up ahead. You know, of course, fall and winter will come to mind, festivities, time with family, Halloween, of course, Thanksgiving, Christmas season. This is perfection, guys. If you love a chai latte kind of a fragrance, this is as good as it gets. Coming in at number 7, of course, is the Roulette collection, which is going to be number 7, Roulette Parfum number 7. You have the little roulette here up top. This is going to be the niche company from the house Jo Malone, which is making tremendous strides in the world of fragrances. They're really disrupting the market with their Game of Spades collection, but this is their niche, more upper echelon collection. And number 7 is going to be Perfection if you love a citrus aromatic Mediterranean vibe. This combines a ton of fruits, citrus fruits, Mediterranean fruits, some woods in the base. There's a touch of oud here. If you already love a fragrance, let's say Côte d'Azur from Tom Ford, if you love a fragrance like Millésime Imperial from Creed, think about those style of fragrances that are blue, citrus, aromatic, very vacation-like, Mediterranean-like, Riviera-like, those kind of locations. It's gonna put, you know, French Riviera, the Amalfi Coast in Italy. This fragrance is going to put you in that travel mood. Even if you haven't had the opportunity to travel those places, this will be very transportive. You close your eyes, you smell this, it's going to immediately take you there. You're going to think about beaches, you're going to think about tropical vibes, sea breeze, a little bit salty, citrus fruits, incredible fruits here, mouth-watering. One of the best ones, guys. This made, you know, my top, I think, 5 summer niche of 2025 for a reason. One of the best releases in this house, ladies and gentlemen, mark my words, is going to be disrupting the mark of niche industry because of the quality, the heftiness of the bottle, the price point, the smells themselves, longevity, quality, guys. Check out the house of Roulette and come back here and thank me, because this is a monster when it comes to projection, longevity, and compliment factor. It's one of those scents that you can wear for any occasion, any situation, dress up or dress down. You're going to be the best smelling person in the room, I promise. All right, we've reached the halfway point of this video. Before we continue with the last 6 top choices of the best releases niche of 2025, I want to give you guys a quick reminder of Scent Explore. Go check out scentexplore.com. Of course, the Niche International Perfume Convention happening in New York City. It's the Niche Perfume Week from Monday through Sunday, a whole week. And of course, the convention itself happening on the 4th, the 5th, and the 6th, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Don't miss out. Details below. Incredible performances, master classes, workshops, giveaways. You guys will walk away with a ton of stuff, of course. The most important thing is how we share this passion together in one room with thousands of people and over 125 niche perfume brands. We're gonna have, you know, incredible up and coming brands, rising star brands, of course, the usual suspects, 𝗏𝗏𝗏, 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, you know, you name it, they're gonna be there. incredible classes and presentations. I don't want to give too much because I want you to go to scentexplorer.com and check out the program so you know what you're missing if you miss on this particular niche perfume convention. Check out details below. I can't wait to see you there. Over 10,000 people in 3 days, and of course, over 125 brands niche. If you do love niche perfumery, it's the place to be, guys. Check out details below. I can't wait to meet you in person and have a great niche perfume convention. And this is the 7th annual, guys. Don't miss out. The tickets are limited, the after party even more limited. So again, all details below. Enjoy. Can't wait to see you in person on December 4th, 5th, and 7th, 2025. Continuing the countdown here at the 6th spot, we're going to talk about a very sensual fragrance from the house of 𝗲𝗏. This is going to be Act 1, and this is their latest release from 2025. And this is basically an incredible woody floral musk. This is extremely sensual, guys. Amazing. There's some floral notes here. But I love the musk utilized here. It's a very sensual musk, like a second skin, long lasting, very powerful. I've got a lot of compliments with this fragrance. This is definitely androgynous. Anybody can rock it. I love the musk here. It's one of the best sensual musks I've ever put my nose on. If you do love white musk, if you do love fragrances that really have this really, not animalistic, but rather floral, semi-powdery and very sensual, like I said, second skin, you're going to love this particular fragrance, Act 1 from the house of 𝗲𝗏. Of course, Act 1 offers a great melange of citrus notes up top that will greet you right when you spray. You're gonna love it. There's some herbal and floral components in the heart, but predominantly it's going to be a very sensual, musky and woody fragrance with that beautiful sensual musk that I talked about that acts like a second skin. And of course, the gorgeous Mysore sandalwood that's absolutely creamy and absolutely enveloping, guys. It's very cozy, very cocooning, very inviting. Check out Act 1. It's definitely gonna give you an edge and get people coming back for seconds and maybe even thirds. Amazing, guys. Top 5. Coming in at number 5, ladies and gentlemen, this is a fragrance brand that is just about to launch. You're gonna be hearing about it here and there, but it's actually a niche perfume brand from one of the best noses in the game, guys. I'm gonna tell you this, you're hearing it here first. If you haven't heard it before, you're gonna hear it now. This is going to be a masterpiece from a nose that is a master nose. 𝗏𝗏𝗏. Look him up, 𝗏𝗏𝗏. He's from Italy. Look this guy up and check out the kind of works this guy did. A lot of people have gotten credit for what this guy has produced. I'm not going to get into too much here, but this is basically a niche perfume brand called Perfumo d'Art by Sterling/Armaf, not a dupe brand. Of course, they do a lot of fragrances that are dupey, that are copies or, you know, expressions of different things. Not this collection, guys. Check out this collection. It's Perfumo d'Art. It's going to be a niche fragrance collection within the Sterling Group, which again owns, of course, Armaf. But this is Perfumo d'Art. This is number 10. And this is the one that really caught my attention from 𝗏𝗏𝗏 because this is going to be an extremely gorgeous vetiver base scent. You guys know how much I love my vetivers. Incredible fragrance. Had I tried this fragrance earlier this year, it would have definitely made my top spring of 2025. This is an incredible fragrance with vetiver woods. It's a little bit dry, very sensual, very sexy. Think 𝗕𝗏𝗏𝗏. It's in that line. Think, you know, Sycamore from Chanel. It's in the same kind of wheelhouse and family, but it's so much more. There's so many more layers. It's so, you know, versatile and also assertive. And of course, intricate. There's some intricacies here that are absolutely incredible. Some fruity notes, some woody notes, spicy and smoky facets from the vetiver utilized here. Absolutely masterpiece, guys. Check this fragrance. Magnetic wooden cap, just beautiful quality. You can feel the bottle, you're gonna feel the quality of the sprayers, quality through and through, guys. This is a fragrance collection that didn't measure any efforts to make an incredible collection. I've tried a few of them, old money, old school kind of a vibe, but with a modern twist. Amazing. If you like what you hear, guys, check out this fragrance collection. At least get a decant. I think you're gonna love it. I'm in love with this fragrance brand. There was at least 4 fragrances within the line that I fell in love with. This is definitely one of the best releases of the year so far, guys. At number 10, it's Art 10. It's called Belin Che Cana Eau de Parfum Concentration from the house of Perfumo d'Art, coming at the 5th spot. Coming in at number 4, we're talking about a fragrance, of course, on this list that it's the best, quote unquote, second skin you can wear. This is sensual, it's sexy, it's romantic, it's cocoony, it's inviting. From the house of Dustin, this is going to be Unseen. 2025 release. The nose behind this one, of course, Richard Αρχpών. He has his own fragrance brand. But this one here is a work of art, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, when you look at the notes, some of the notes will look familiar to you, but the overall fragrance, the overall scent is absolutely incredible. This has cinnamon, figs, cashmere, and it's got this woody, creamy sandalwood and fig and cashmere kind of a vibe. It's just amazing. It feels like a perfect made to measure cashmere sweater. Slightly sweet, slightly powdery, creamy, and you kind of that sandalwood and cashmere accord. It is absolutely impeccable. Lady could rock this, a guy could rock this. You're going to be the center of attention, especially for close encounters, romantic settings. You've been warned. You rock this fragrance, they're not going to be able to get enough of you. There's a lactonic, creamy feel to the fragrance that really, envelops the whole composition, but it's one of those that's addicting. You can't stop smelling, and people will not get enough. Trust me. Be prepared. You're going to get a lot of compliments, and people are going to be chasing you. That's how good it is. If you're going on a first date, if you're going on a romantic setting, rock this fragrance, guys. You're going to be the center of attention. No two ways about it. Absolutely incredible. Top 3. Coming in at number 3, this is a fragrance that I spoke to you guys many times on the channel. The brand and the fragrance, one of the best of the year so far. 𝗏𝗏𝗏 Chris Maurice, the nose. This is a brand from Portugal. Of course, as you know, guys, I try things from all over the world because I always want to find things that are intricate, different, not more of the same. That's why this list is here. If you see any other list out there that are talking about niche fragrances, most likely they're not going to contain some of these hidden jewels that I'm happy to share with you. And this is definitely one of them. From the house of Comporta, this is Senor Diaz. The reason why it's Senor Diaz is because the owner of the company is Pedro Diaz. So this is a fragrance that is really his signature, if you will, like his kind of a profile, what he likes to wear. Ladies and gentlemen, this is incredible. This is green. It's a little bit spicy, definitely citrus notes. And to make it easier for you to understand what this smells like, if you love fragrances that are fougere-like, of course, green, aromatic, citrus, oak moss, vetiver, lavender, it's gonna have all those components. But this is like a neo-fougere type of a fragrance. It has some animalic notes, believe it or not. It has some leathery, suede, tomato leaf, green, very intricate. Also reminds me a little bit of Viking. If you do like Viking from Crete, you're gonna love this one. But this one goes into a more old school fougere, traditional kind of a vibe, which I absolutely love. I think there is a note of cumin here as well, so it's slightly minimalistic, especially in the beginning. It tones down quite a bit, as it develops and warms up with your body chemistry. But be warned, this is not going to be for everyone. This is something I love. It's my list. Of course, it's making the 3rd spot here because I really, really enjoyed this fragrance this year. In fact, I tried this before it was released in October of last year, but I've been really wearing it from spring until now. And I have to say, one of the best releases of the year, period. Now, coming in at number 2, this is a fragrance that will for sure, both number 1 and number 2 on this countdown will make my top fall. No two ways about it. And they're going to be up there in the 5 top choices for the fall 2025 because I'm in love with these fragrances. At number 2, the bottle was not here in time for the video. It's en route to me. I ordered it. Unfortunately, it didn't arrive in time. Doesn't matter. It's not going to take away from the greatness of this fragrance. The house is Memo Paris, and they do leather like nobody. And this is going to be leather and plum fragrance with dates, saffron, vetiver. It is absolutely fantastic. Let me say that again. Absolutely fantastic. What does it remind me of? It reminds me of Plum Japanese, which has been long discontinued from Tom Ford, with more leather, more vetiver, smokiness. The dates add this really intricate, almost gourmandy kind of a facet. I do have a decant here from, of course, our partner Perfume.com. You'll be able to find this fragrance there if you want to sample it, try it before you buy it, of course, like I did. Wearing this like crazy for the last few weeks. Couldn't wait for the bottle. Order myself a bottle, but unfortunately it didn't get here in time for this video. And I want to shoot this video because I want to shoot this video before August is gone, because obviously this is the best of the year so far from January through July. So I want to make sure it goes out in August. Ladies and gentlemen, this is absolutely stunning. The plum, the vetiver, the dates, the saffron leathery feel. Oh, an incredible sweet leather, vetiver, smoky. Just perfection, guys. This is, like I said, Plum Japanese on steroids with these other complex and intricate kind of facets that you didn't get with Plum Japanese, which is also amazing. Also, another fragrance that comes to mind that this reminds you of is going to be Andy Warhol, the one with the face from Bond No. 9. So if you like those fragrances, it's a given. You're gonna love this fragrance. Memo Paris, the name of the fragrance is Abu Dhabi. And again, couldn't get in here in time, but does not take how great this fragrance is. And you need to try it. If you do love plum-based scents, leather-based scents, vetiver fragrances, dates, saffron. It's an absolute stellar composition that I can't wait to rock every single day during the fall. It's gonna be one of my go-tos. Number 1, I think still the best release of 2025 so far, was previewed at Scent Explorer last year in December, but didn't drop until I believe January of 2025. And I love the collection. The collection pays homage to the city of New York. It's a New York-based fragrance collection and brand. And of course, it goes through the ages of New York, from the times of New Amsterdam all the way to the times of now. This one here in particular is called Provenance, and it really captures the New York of old, when it was a port city that brought the goods, the spices, the liquor, and everything else from all over the world. This smells like money, guys. Old school, checks all the boxes. Incredible, beautiful vessel, the encasing that the bottle sits in perfectly. The bottles are very minimalist. These are magnetic caps, by the way. And Provenance is definitely my favorite from the line. Of course, it is here at the #1 spot as my best and favorite fragrance from 2025 so far. This is absolutely incredible. Smell of old money. You got a boozy facet here, tobacco. All the elements of old New York are captured in this bottle. And if you do love fragrances that pay homage to history and provenance, as the name implies, you're going to love this fragrance. This is amazing. This is perfection for me. Definitely one of my top 5 favorites coming up this fall of 2025. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Please don't forget to show your support. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, leave a like. It means the world to me. And of course, turn your noties. I'm your guy. I keep you in the know. Stay tuned. I have, of course, the best fall designer, best fall niche coming your way. Also continuing the series of the Holy Grail. Next up is going to be the leathers, the best leather fragrances the money can buy. Stay tuned for a lot more. Again, thank you so much for your support, and I will see you guys in the next video. Take care, smell great. See you next time.